Leader, so do you agree with President Trump saying that we should nationalize some of the federal elections in the country? And also, do you have any concerns about D.N.I. Gabbard's presence at that Fulton County operation in Georgia?
I don't know what she was doing in Fulton County. You'll have to ask her about that. But with respect to nationalizing elections, I think the president has clarified what he meant by that, and that is that he supports the SAVE Act. So with respect to whether or not that signifies ensuring that only citizens of this country vote in our elections, that's something I think we all agree with. There are other views probably when it comes to nationalizing or federalizing elections, but I think at least on that narrow issue, which is what the SAVE Act gets at, I think that's what the president was addressing.
Senator, some of your Republican colleagues have called on you to use a standing filibuster to try to outlast the Democratic minority under current rules. Do you have any expectation that you can succeed with that, given the enormous difficulty of doing that? In fact, the previous majority has not been able to.
Right. Well, you know, I guess, and I would just remind people that the coin in the realm in the Senate is floor time. There's a finite amount of it, and we have a lot of things we have to do. There's a housing bill that's awaiting action, hopefully a market structure bill, possibly permitting reform, farm bill, highway bill. You can go right down the list. Russia sanctions, there are a whole bunch of things that could be teed up for action on the floor of the Senate. And so you have to make some judgments, and the conference will have a conversation about that. I've committed to that we will talk about that idea and determine whether or not what the conference's views are about it and how they want to proceed. As I said, we will vote on the SAVE Act, but exercising or triggering a talking filibuster has ramifications, implications that I think everybody needs to be aware of. So we will have those discussions, but that's obviously ties the floor up for an indefinite amount of time with not only unlimited debate, but also unlimited amendments, all of which can reset the clock. So it's not something that it's going to take something that will entail a tremendous amount of effort, work, and cooperation, and at the expense of the other things we might be doing in the Senate. But we're going to have a discussion about it and see where our conference is.